Hey guys, so today I wanted to share a very special recipe with you. Today we are making some desert food. So this is food from the Sahara. And so I did grow up eating this, and it is from Ghardaia. That's what the area is called. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. They're known for their water preservation. It's an oasis, so it's beautiful. And so this here sandwich is something that would be calorically dense enough to get somebody through the desert or somebody working out in the desert. It would also be good for cold desert nights as well. So I'll share it with you. I hope you like it. The spices are also good for cold weather. So we're gonna get started. So I'm going to make my meat in a pressure cooker, but you can make this in a slow cook, a crock pot if you want to. Okay, so I have my pressure cooker here just to make my life a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. You're going to want to add, this is just some oil that I used a little bit earlier, about a tablespoon of oil into your pot. And we are going to make our own bread. I'm sorry, I forgot to turn off the notifications. I don't want it buzzing while we're doing things here. Excuse me for just 1 second. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay. So I have some chuck roast. Use whatever meat you want to use. Just make sure that if it is a tougher meat that you do cook it long enough, because we are going to shred this when it's done. I do have the oil heating, so I'm just going to give that a minute to heat up. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. It is my favorite. We do make it a lot for holidays as well. So okay, so it's warming up. All right. So you're gonna I'm just gonna put it in whole. I'm not gonna cut it. Hello, Libby, hi. We're making desert food today from the motherland. Hello, Scorpio, hello. You guys, I have a treat for you. This is desert food, okay? You know your girl's from the desert, from the Sahara. So I just put in my chuck roast right here. Hello, Ocean, hi. You guys, we're making desert food from the Sahara, okay? This is something I grew up eating. It's one of my favorites. It's kind of fancy. So let me just move it back. So I have my chuck roast in here. You can make this vegetarian. Hello, Ginger. Hi. And if you do want to make this a vegetarian version, you can. You can just substitute the meat for something else. Just make sure that you use the spices that we're using today, because those are the most important, okay? So I'm just searing the meat here. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. So I have a whole onion in here, but we're not going to use the entire thing right in here. I'm just going to use half and add it right to my meat. I'm going to get about a 1/4 cup of water just to make sure that it doesn't stick. Here we go. And then this is the most important part. These are the spices, and these are secret spices, you guys. These are secret spices, and I'm going to share those with you today. All right, so I'll show you the meat. It's already searing. You guys, like I said, you can cook this in a crock pot. Just make sure you use the same spices. So I just seared one side right here. All right, so for the spices, you guys, it is a 2-to-1 ratio. What you need is coriander, and ground cloves, okay? You can use whatever measuring utensil you want. I think I'm gonna start off with this tiny little spoon. So it's like I said, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. Pretty sure I got kicked out of the kitchen just now. You did? Why? What did you do? Whose kitchen? Okay, so I'm gonna start right here. So 1 teaspoon of cloves. depending on how big your meat is. Okay, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 2 teaspoons coriander. Oh God, this coriander smells so good. Don't even get me started. And if you have to spice it again, go ahead and do that. But you can pre-mix this, okay? This is something you can pre-mix, so you don't have to keep messing with it the entire time. So, excuse me. My God. Thought it was in my way. Okay. So, that should be good for now. I think I'm going to add just more. So, 1 cloves. And you guys, we do serve this with mint tea. 2 coriander. Ground coriander. Perfect, because that's a pretty big piece of meat. At first, when I was making this, I was going to make a smaller portion, but I was like, why? Because this also freezes up really good. Oh. Okay, now I'm just going to give this a quick mix. All right, now black pepper. And while this is cooking, hello, Shanghai, the Sahara Desert. Did I say desert? Did I misspell it? Please don't tell me I misspelled it. Did I say desert or dessert? You guys, what did I write? This is the desert food. We're making Sahara food. I said desert, thank you. I was freaking out. Oh, thank you. Hi, Sean. Hi. Okay, a good amount of pepper, y'all. Okay. And then salt. And y'all, our sandwich, oh, okay. This sandwich is going to have a carrot paste, okay? So what I'm gonna do, you don't wanna put your carrots in to cook with your meat or else they'll turn into mush. But you do want a little bit of carrot flavor to start with. So after this cooks for about 20 minutes in my pressure cooker, depending on where you're cooking it, after this cooks for about 20 minutes, I'm going to add in the rest of my carrots. But right now, just because I want some carrot flavor, I'm gonna throw some in here because it has a little bit of sweetness to it. Okay. Okay, perfect. I was like, oh no. And I do have more carrots in the fridge. So that's how much I added right now. But I'm pretty sure I'll need more. Okay, let this do its thing. Okay. Now I'm going to fill this whole cup with water and put it in. Hello! Hi, Vicky. Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. You're never here. Okay, so you want enough water to cover your meat, okay? Because you don't want this drenched in it, but we do need some of the sauce for the end whenever we're cooking the carrots, because after we're done here, we're going to saute the whole thing, okay? Okay, so it's covered. Now, you guys, I don't know have you seen this? Yay! Thanks for coming. So this is harissa, which is a tomato paste, but it also has cayenne and a little bit of cumin in it. Okay, but for this recipe, you don't have to use harissa. You can use just regular tomato paste. We just need just a tiny little hint of it. You just need like that little hint of sour in there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close this. This is my little pressure cooker, y'all. I'm old school. I don't use those ones that you plug in. Okay. We're gonna let this cook. Now, while that's happening, let me see. Do I want to be able to use this part of the stove? No. Now, while this is happening, we are going to make the bread that we are serving these sandwiches in. It is. That's Vicky bread. Vicky is a nice lady. I'm assuming you don't know about the chocolate cake incident, though. Okay, and I am leaving our spices out because we're probably going to use them. It's got a bad story behind it. Yes. Ain't that the truth? Okay, I'm going to move y'all a little bit closer to me. Can you guys see the counter? Yes, you can. Okay. We are saving the rest of this onion, so we used half of it to make with the meat, and then the other half is going to be when we... Hello, Sammy. Hi. I told the boys. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sammy. I told the boys that you're rooting for the Avalanche, and they got very excited. So it was a good time. Okay, you guys, so this is a different kind of bread. Today, the bread that we're making is not going to just be flour. It's going to be made with semolina. You're very kind, Vicky. And Sammy, sorry. So it's going to be made with semolina. And when you have a bread that you add a little bit of semolina to, it's because you need it to have a little bit more of an ability to hold your filling without breaking. Thank you, Sammy. That's very cute. They were very happy to hear that. Okay, so we're going to get started so then our bread can proof and be ready by the time we're about to eat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Libby. You're very sweet. Okay, so I have my semolina. I just keep it in this little thing, okay? And let me grab the flour. Oh, I just had it. Okay. So we are going to do 2 cups of our flour, 1 cup of our semolina. Okay, you don't want too much semolina because then it will be very hard. And these ones are usually, you know, in the desert, these ones you would cook it over either a gas stove type thing on either clay or cast iron. It can also be done in a clay oven, like a tandoori oven. But right here, we're just going to make it on a good old non-stick. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. The good old non-stick, okay? So do whatever it is that you do, but the bread will turn out just fine. It's not, you know, it's not. It's not. Everybody's doing their own thing. I'm just chilling at home. So. Everybody's working. Okay, so we're going to go 2 cups of our flour. You know what? Do I want to, because I don't want you guys to mess up, okay? Let's do this. We're going to, because I always tell you guys that I like to start with the liquids because I want you to be able to visualize it. So it's easier to visualize how much flour you need to add to your liquid instead of how much liquid you need to add to your flour. So let's do it that way so y'all can see it clearly. One of us can go to, yes, oh my God, Sammy, I would love that. Are you joking? I would love that. You guys are not that far either. What is it, like a maybe 3-hour drive to Vegas? Oh, okay, okay. All right, so I'll show you guys, okay? Let me get the water. I'm just gonna let it get warm. It's taking forever. Sammy, how's the baby? What's going on with the little one? How old is he now? Let's see, what are we at? December, January, February, March, April, May. 4 months? No. Estoy aquí en mi casa. Okay, like that's all I'm doing. Okay, so I've got my water. You guys, I keep forgetting that we need measurements. Please forgive me. Okay, so because this is about 16 ounces, so this is about 2 cups, okay? But we're gonna pour this in right in here. We have a cup measurer. I don't want you guys to mess up. Is anybody going to remake this? So let me just move our flour right in here, because I don't want you guys to mess up. Oh Oh my God, my bowl broke. Hold on a second. Hold on. You guys, you're gonna have to excuse me for just 1 second, please. And when you spill water, it's blessings, right? This isn't a problem, these are blessings. We spilled water, we are blessed, and we are fine. No big deal. We'll get another bowl. Because you know what? You guys were meant to see it measured out. That's why. Just 1 second, y'all. Please excuse me. Okay, perfect. Let me get some to make sure it's extra dry. There we go. Okay. We're going to start over. Perfect. So we get a bowl. Because now we have a new funk bowl. Okay, so we are going to measure our water. Because I want you guys to be able to visualize it. So I have my cup measurer right here. So this is 1 cup. Goes in. Thank you, Ocean. Thank you. I appreciate you. It was a pretty new bowl that I got, like a wooden bowl, but I think it cracked. I had it drying on top of some other dishes, and it did slip off and hit the ground pretty hard. I'm sure that's when that happened. This is 2 cups. Okay, we've got 2 cups of water. We're not adding the semolina in yet. Go in with a tablespoon of yeast. This is 1 tablespoon of yeast. Just spreads right out. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar. You guys, if you weren't here for those muffins that we made the other day, make them, okay? Make them. They are so delicious. I'm going to make, I also made the loaf. Oh, I'll show you guys a slice of the loaf really quick. So if y'all remember, we did put one of them as a loaf, right? So you guys can see, I just took this out of the fridge. Oh, and this is what I do with all my loaves. I just cut them into like these little sizes and just put them in plastic. The coffee shop habits don't die off, you know what I mean? So there it is. You see the puffiness in it? You guys, it is really, really delicious. I'm going to make a white chocolate raspberry one. Maybe I'll do it later because I need to run to the store later. Yeah, I was Ocean. And then they left without taking it. The boys did. And so I told my mom, Mom, I forgot to get it for you. And then I remembered that she had a raspberry one, like from some lady at work. And she told me she loved it. So I was like, maybe I'll just make her a raspberry one instead. So that's why I'm making one. Because we have to get the kids, I think tomorrow. So we'll be able to take it to her tomorrow. Because also, I was also supposed to take some of the muffins. They were running late for soccer, so they just ran out the door. I texted my hubby and I was like, you forgot it. I was so mad. Because I know she would have loved it, but you know what? Maybe it worked out for the best because I just made Mom the blueberry coffee cake. What was that, when I did the meal prep for her? Was that like 2 weeks ago? So maybe she's all blueberried out. So the raspberry will work out better anyway. Did I Yeah, that was 2 tablespoons. So it worked out. Oh, was that open when it spilled? This is why we line the drawers, you guys. I spilled water, the water spilled in here when it spilled off the counter. Okay, I'll get it later. Line drawers, y'all. That was like the first thing my mom made me do when I moved in. Go line the drawers. I was like, okay. All right, now you just give it a mix. And we're not going to be using our stand mixer for this. It's so good. I think just the sub made it. Yesterday or today? Yeah. Mel's, hello. Hi. Welcome in. We're making desert food, Mel. Okay. Now that this is mixed, I do use instant yeast, so you don't have to really worry about it. Thank you. You're so sweet. My goodness. All right, now we're going to start with our flour, okay? We're going to do flour. So it's going to be 2 flour, 1 semolina, okay? Judging by this amount of water, you can go with a 1/2 cup instead of a whole cup, right? So I'm just going to measure that in here. So it would be 1/2 cup of the flour, and then 2 cups of the semolina, or 2 halves, which is a cup. 2 flour, 1 semolina, excuse me. 2 flour, 1 semolina. And then we're going to mix this and see where we're at. We can add the salt in right now. You guys, when you're making your bread, don't add the salt into your yeast and water mixture. Wait until after you add a little bit of your flour to it, and then add in your salt. So just like right over the top. You need about a teaspoon and a half, depending on how you like your salt. I'm not a huge salt person, but... So I'm going to mix this until it makes a paste. You guys know how I do that. So we go in slowly until it makes a paste. And we're not adding any kind of oil to this or anything, because we need it to have a little bit of a firmer crumb. Because this is going to be sandwich bread. Flo, hello! I am making desert food. This is food from the Sahara, from the motherland. So these are, it's basically this Sahara sandwich. I'm making the bread for it right now, because you have to make the bread for it. Timmy, hi! I haven't seen you in a minute. Hello! Why did I think dessert? Because, girl, you know how I feel about desserts. And maybe you didn't know I'm from the desert. So it just didn't occur to you. Okay, so do you see that? We're at this stage right now. It's nice and runny. So I'm going to add 1 flour and 1 semolina, and we should be good. We'll see where we're at with that. If we need to add any more of anything else, it's going to be flour, no more semolina. And I'm going to mix this until it starts to come together, and then I will turn it out. And you guys, if it's still a little bit sticky or wet in your bowl, don't be tempted to start adding flour to it in here. Because remember, we always need, you need to give yourself a little bit of room. Hello, Lazy, hi! You have to give yourself a little bit of room to add flour on your surface without overdoing it with the flour. Thank you. Thank you. You are too kind. Too kind. And you guys remember, the semolina does soak up the water a little bit. So give it a minute before you think that you need more flour or more anything. You guys, excuse me, I have to give this a little bang. Okay, so I'm going to move the flour for now. Well, for just 2 seconds, I'll leave it here, just in case we need it. Okay, so I'm checking this. I'm going to take some flour and put it right on my counter. You guys, I'll show you exactly what the dough needs to look like. No worries. I'm going to flip this right on here. And I'll show you it's still very wet. Okay, so you guys see, it's still pretty wet. Okay? So my meat is going. It is still, you guys, if this starts screaming, just know what it is. It's the pressure cooker. It's an old school one. It likes to scream and holler. Okay, now we're just going to start working this dough. You can do this in your stand mixer if you want to, but we're doing it old school. Nothing wrong with anything old school. Okay, when it gets stuck, we just move it right in here. And if it's still sticky like this, please, for the love of everything, don't add more flour. Okay, use what you have on hand, and it still needs to feel very, very soft. If your dough is soft, you're going to have a nice soft bread. If your dough is hard or too like stiff, like tacky almost, like it's got like too much of a facelift almost, then you know that dough is going to be a bad bread. And it's going to take forever to come up. It's not going to rise the way it's supposed to. It's going to be done. I'm going to just go rub my hands off real quick. Like flung it around. Did I get it in my hair? No. Okay, so now this is the part where you start kneading it a little bit harder. Just massage it, give it a couple of bangs. If you get a little sticky, just use whatever flour is around you. Hello, Knuckles, hi! Yes, it is. It's the pressure cooker. You know how it is. Girl, I use the old school one. No thank you with that plug-in one or whatever the heck it does. So we are going to knead this until it's no longer sticky. If you notice that it's not sticking to the counter, but it's sticking to your hands, it's your hands that need to be adjusted, okay? You just rub it and get them right off. You can spray your hands with a little bit of spray. Just slam it on the counter. Yes, ma'am. If this gets a little too sticky, we are going to take care of that too. Scraper. Did I move it already? That's okay. You can just rub it if you don't have one of those counter scrapers. I think I moved. Just scrub this off. We'll be good to go. Use the rest of your flour. If it starts to stick a little bit, don't add more flour. We can do just a light spray. Or butter your hands or oil your hands. So just a little bit sticky. If it's too sticky, then you might need just a little bit of flour. But you can also hold off, because when you roll it after it's done, you're going to need more flour. You don't want to over flour. All right. We're good. I'm going to use the same bowl. Take out these little pieces that were in it. Spray it. Take a little bit of semolina. Spray it on top. Roll this whole thing in it, and then you're going to want to cover it and leave it in a spot. Hello, Cold Brew. Hi. Welcome in. Very nice. Victor is your sourdough, I'm assuming. All right, so here's our dough. I'm going to give this a little cover up and put it over there where it's nice and warm. It's like 85 degrees outside. You know what? I changed my mind. There's a little bit of overcast. So if you don't have like a super warm place to put it, go ahead and microwave some water, let it come to a boil, and then just stick it in there with your water. Like water in the corner, and you know what I'm saying. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. Because I want you guys to be able to see the whole thing done, so we need to make sure this proofs with the quickness. Get a mug. Or a bowl. Wait, hold on a minute. Oh, okay. I was like, hold on. Did I miss something? I was like, wait, we're talking about a 5-year-old? Oh, and then the sourdough. That's crazy. You've had it for that long. I love that. You guys, I kill everything, but I think they made a special little basil plant situation for people like me. My basil is surviving because I don't have to... Okay. That's what I thought. Wait, Cold Brew, didn't you say your partner, husband, was getting surgery? Cervical? Was that you? You said that? Am I remembering that correctly? I'm sorry if I'm wrong. This thing is breathing on me. He had C3, C7 fusion on the 4th. He already had it. Okay, I think the last time that you mentioned it, he hadn't had it yet, if I remember correctly. How was he doing? My God. Got that now. I always call my sourdough, but Amish friend. You know what? I don't really make a lot of sourdough because nobody really enjoys it. Like, they don't want me to make sourdough. The Amish know what they're doing with that sourdough, I'll tell you that much. Debbie is Amish. She knows what's up. Yeah, how is he doing? Addicted? Yeah, I think you said that. I remember you said you had to get some stuff ready because your husband was getting cervical surgery, and but I don't know if I knew when that was gonna happen. God, so a fusion. My God. I hope he at least got some relief, but man, Not going to be able to turn like he used to, huh? A lot better taking it day by day. Took a little time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Does he have to go to work or anything, or does he's going to be able to, you know, to stay home and chill for a bit? We've been able to cut his pain meds way back. Oh, okay. They didn't give him a pump. I know that that's what they've been doing lately, so that we're not in control of how much we take or how much we need. They just give them a pump that just pumps it into them for like a week. Yes, absolutely. Positive thoughts, for sure, for sure. You know, it's just, I'm so glad that, like, y'all are keeping, like, you know, track of that. Like, I think I told you guys, like, I used to work at a pain clinic, and I cannot tell you how many times people just come in, you know, for their pain medication after a surgery, and then it's over from there, you know? I administer his meds, so no pump. Oh, okay. Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah, I know that they've been doing that, which I thought that was actually really cool, because you know, it's very easy with like overdose and stuff like that, so people don't have to worry about taking their medications, especially when you're like zoned out of your mind. You might not realize that you already took some, and you know what I mean? But that's pretty cool. You know, the place where I used to work, instead of doing fusions, they used to do something called a kyphoplasty, which I am like 110% for. Because with the kyphoplasty, they'll just take like one of your crushed discs and fill it with a medical grade cement and basically bring it back up to size. So then you don't have the issue with your, you know, with a disc that's fallen, the vertebrae. This is almost done. All right. I'm just leaving this stuff here because we still need it. We're going to check on the meat here in a minute. See how long we've been here. Has it been 30 minutes? Yeah. Yeah, so the kyphoplasty, like, I love it. They just go in there. It's they just use sedation. They don't like put you fully under, and they'll take a syringe with this medical grade kind of almost rubbery cement, and they'll fill your crushed disc, and then it basically regenerates. It doesn't regenerate, it fixes it. It fills the hole, and it gives you back that that some of that space that you lost, right? And then you don't have to get the fusion because he had so many levels on his spine. Swelling. Did they really? Oh my God. So I'm assuming, did he probably have other fusions before that? Did he, so you said C3 to C7. Does he have anything else? Was this from an injury? Because that sounds significant. Sounds like it could have been from like an old injury or something. So I just took that off. I'm going to get some more carrots because we do need a couple more. Yeah, that sounds awful. So I was shampooing the carpet yesterday. Knuckles knows about this. And I have one of the things that I have is kind of heavy, but it does such a good job. So for like the lighter stuff, I'll use the smaller one. But so yesterday, like I had worked for so long pushing this thing that I felt like my back was like starting to give out. Like I was like, oh gosh, like I know I'm going to end up in some kind of pain. Yeah. L4, 5, S1. All the way there. God. Oh my goodness. Well, thank God he survived, but can you imagine 30 years ago and he's still going through this? Oh, described Vicodin too close together. Oh, yeah, it happens, Knuckles. It happens all the time. It really does. You know, like, well, we lost multiple. It's very easy to go too far with those. I'm just going to use, like, because how much pears do I have left? Got those. Okay. Because if I have some left over, I'm going to take it to my mom's, too. But yeah, I've seen it a lot where people will come in for like a simple, not simple, there's no such thing as like really a simple surgery, but like knee replacement, back surgeries or whatever, and then they come in and all of a sudden they are addicted to the pain medication. Because the thing is with pain medication, the more you take, the less, okay, I can put them up like this too if I want to. The more pills you take, or the longer you take it for, the more you are, the more you feel pain, right? Your receptors change. What is it? Yeah. You know, the more you take, the more your receptors change. So you end up experiencing pain at a higher level. So when people are telling you like, I'm in so much pain, like they're literally feeling a lot more. You know, I hope it just gets better for him, addicted. The one thing that we always used to say is like, never skip physical therapy. Never skip physical therapy. And when it hurts, like, you know, like treat your pain. But, you know, there's different ways, obviously. I know a lot of people don't like the idea of acupuncture, but it does help. It's helped a lot of people. Knee replacement by itself is a nightmare. PT since last January. Is it helping? Like, is he getting like some movement back and everything? Unbelievable. 30 years ago because of some piece of shit. Unbelievable. That is so sad. Thank you, Knuckles. Yeah, they're pretty, huh? They're nice and bright and clean looking. They're not all messed up. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys. So I woke up this morning and I felt like my back was trying to give out. And I was not about that life at all because I had so much to do today, especially. And I'm telling you, I keep telling Mel's this, but she won't listen to me. That stuff, there's this stuff called Aleve Back and Muscle. This stuff is incredible. I love the purple ones. They're very cute. I like to use them like around the holiday season. So I know I've seen some in the frozen thing, or you can get like a whole bunch of them or whatever. When I roast them, just because they look pretty. Did you, Mel's? Finally. Oh. The knees, good. Titanium. Aww. Well, you know what? He'll get there. I promise he'll get there. One of my friends had, he broke his knee, and I mean, he's had multiple knee surgeries and back surgeries. And they did the whole full knee surgery. They told him, and he's a runner, they told him that he was not going to be able to run for like 3 months, and he's like very stubborn. He started running on it a month after, and he's doing great right now, and he's doing his 30 miles, 40 miles, 50 miles. He's doing all of that. And he's had back surgery. He broke his back, his leg, ribs, everything. Hello, Wayuma High. Welcome in. So yeah, he'll get there. Just never skip PT. You know, watch for everything. Yeah, if something doesn't feel right, don't hesitate to go back in, advocate for yourselves. You know, you got to do all of that. Sometimes you don't know how a person is healing on the inside. Because a fusion, oh my God. I remember there was a lady that had the majority of her spine fused. Yeah, there you go. Just like that. You'll get it. You'll get it. I can't tell you how many people skip PT and then end up atrophied. It is. What a waste. I'll tell you that. And if like insurance stops covering PT, do the exercises at home. Ask for the pamphlets, you know? Take the pamphlets home and do all of the little things that you've been doing at home. That's what I had to do with my mom. She had a frozen shoulder. And after I had to do PT with her at home, and she also had tennis elbow. And I mean, when I tell you like the PT that we had to do together, my mom was in tears. It hurt so bad. She couldn't open her arm at all. And then after a while, she was good to go. Now she's moving her arm around like there's no tomorrow. You guys, I forgot to bring the bread over here. Unbelievable. I left it over there by itself. I'm just sticking this in the microwave. The microwave is pretty hot. Just wipe this down, and we're going to take out, we're going to check on the meat and then add the carrots in while we shred the meat. I'll just wash these other carrots. All right. I don't have any mint, but I might pick some up later so that I can make some tea. I don't think, I might have some dry mint, but I would have loved some fresh mint because that's what we serve it with to eat. Super helpful for me. My lower back. Yeah, PT does great things. I believe in PT. I'm telling you that right now. What am I doing? Oh. Okay, so here's my little pressure cooker, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna take the meat out. I already brought the, no I didn't, okay. So I'm going to take the meat out, and then whatever broth is in there, we're going to add the carrots to it. Knuckles, you say that because you have no idea. Like, I am hospice. Hello, Maltai. Your job is amazing? Oh, okay. Thank goodness for that. So, like, with PT, I'm guessing, oh, maybe I missed something. I know it'll work out. Oh, but that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. Knuckles, you have no idea. I think Mel's might know about this. Like, I kill everything. Like I said, like, absolutely hospice for the plants. I kind of feel bad. I started to feel bad for trying because every time they come here, they die. I haven't checked on the basil today, but I left it outside to get some air. And I'm a little bit afraid to go look. You should see. Knuckles, if you look at the shorts, my sister-in-law, that's her garden. She grows everything. Eggplants, tomatoes, lettuce. She has like 3 different kinds of lettuce. She tried to teach me. I had no idea what the heck was happening. What happened to me? Mel's? Mel's, are you not home? All right, so I'm gonna cut into this. Let's see where we're at. It's a little juicy still. Because we are going to throw this, okay, yeah, it's perfect. Perfect, okay. So this is the sauce that's in here. I'm gonna throw the rest of these carrots in. You called Mish by my name? I did? I am so sorry. Mel's and Mish. I barely know, like, what I'm saying. I am so sorry. No, I didn't. Mish! 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 Are you there? Mish? Mish? My apologies. My freaking apologies. Okay, I'm gonna take these carrots. My apologies. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're here, Mish. Basically, addicted. Basically. All right. But not. Two very different people. Kind of. Equally lovely people. Okay, so I just threw the carrots in. We're gonna let this come to a boil and then I'm gonna close it up. This is where we're at with the meat. Okay? Now you can put this in a food processor. If it's not too hot, I'm just gonna use my hand. This is not the knife I like. Just okay, there it is. Nope, that's not the one. That's what I was singing to myself when you said I called you by the wrong name. What kind of meat? This is a chuck roast. Yeah, it's. Where is it? This one? It took a minute. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Just need to get this. I don't have any more band-aids down here. Hello, Sky High! Oh, she's had a wrench for a minute, Sky. You just haven't been here. Oh, so this is boiling. I'm just going to cover it. This one, it does not need to be like under super pressure, so I don't need to close it. I'm just using it as a regular pot. You guys, just excuse me for 1 second. And then tomorrow, so today I need to soak some lentils. I'm going to make like these lentil, almost like lentil falafels. So it'd be like falafels, but it's made out of lentil instead of garbanzo beans. Ranch powder? For what? Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm gonna put the meat in here. Like I said, you can put this through a food processor, which, like, do I want to do that? Maybe not. No, I don't want to do that. We have plenty of time. Just gonna cut these pieces. So do you guys remember what are the secret spices in this? Do we remember? You know what? This is a little bit ridiculous. Let me go get a Band-Aid. Please excuse me. I'm back. Cece, hello. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Really, Mose? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. The tubies. They don't like me. All right, we're good. We're groovy. Cece, we're going to be making, tomorrow I'll be making the lentils. Well, I might just make it a short instead of a live. I want to make like falafels, but it's going to be made out of lentils. So it's basically a lentil sandwich. A lentil patty that you can use with like a poached egg. Did I miss something? All right. Now, while these carrots are cooking, since they don't need like an extreme amount of heat, because you want your carrots to cook, but you don't want them to turn into paste, right? You still want them to have a little bite to them. So I'm going to put them over there. I'm going to put this here. We're going to add some oil. Okay. I think it'll be really tasty because I want to make it with like a cilantro and everything. So I want to give it kind of like a fresh vibe too. So I think I might even make a crema to go with it. Okay. So we're just waiting for our oil to heat up. Oop. Caribbean chicken. Ooh. What are you making, Brad? He's making Caribbean chicken. Am I hearing that correctly? That sounds bomb diggity. Oh my gosh, Knuckles! I don't think we got to discuss this. I got the stain off the floor. I looked up a hack, and they said so. Like I was saying, you guys, you have to use this hack. So I have cheap carpet upstairs. I remember I got cheap carpet. What is that? Is that flour? I got cheap carpet for the loft because hello children. And one of the kids spilled the Hi-C fruit punch drink, and when I tell you it was impossible to get it off. Oh my god. So the hack that I found said to spray Windex, which is like ammonia. It has to have ammonia in it. Hold on a second. Okay. So the Windex has ammonia in it, and the ammonia works the same way that it does on our hair, right? On the synthetic fibers. So when you put it on there, what I'm telling you, when I scrubbed it, nothing was coming off at all. So you put it on there. Come. when you put it on there, it loosens the fibers of the nylon, right? And then you have to get like a rag, put it right on top. That's kind of like a damp rag. And then take an iron and go right over the rag. And you have to go a couple of times. And then you'll see the stain transfer over to the rag. And it comes off. And then you can just scrub it and it'll come off. It came off completely. I was so impressed. Yes. Yes. You know, I'm hoping, because just like right when they get out of that age where they're spilling things, right? Like I don't need to like wait for them to move out. They're not moving out. Thank you. Thank you. That is so kind. Did you change your name, Jay? It came right off, you guys. It was so impressive. I can't even tell you. I felt like I did start to get a little buzzed from the fumes of the warm ammonias. But it worked. I'm happy about it, because how much does it suck like for the entire carpet to be like basically sanitized and then you have these stains that won't come off? Don't get me started. Okay, that's nice and hot. Yeah, Jay, I feel like you changed your name, right? I'm not imagining. We're gonna put the onion in. Wondering, we've seen you cook. I'm sure you know what you're doing. Exactly. Just spray some Windex on it. He knew. He absolutely knew. I love that movie. What was it when the guy says that he's a vegetarian? And she goes, Mom, Auntie, he doesn't eat meat. So what do you mean you don't eat no meat? That would be like my family. And then she goes, that's okay, we'll have lamb. I'm like, man. You know, my cousins are half Greek. Like half Algerian, half Greek. Their mom is Greek. All right. We're going to cook this. We're going to let this caramelize, okay? We want all the flavors to come out. You know what? Let's get weird. I'm just going to take this little KitchenAid food processor and process this. Those are some big chunks of meat, and y'all don't have all day to be in here doing all of this. Oh, why not? That's already out. Just gonna put the meat in here, just a little bit at a time because it's tiny. Yes, knuckles, absolutely. I love it. I grew up on the Mediterranean, like that's everything. Let me calm down. You know how sometimes you try to close something and then you're like, it's like I've never touched it in my life. Oh, speaking of Mediterranean stuff, we have this specific Algerian ice cream. You do serve it in a cone, but it's kind of like an Italian ice, but it's served on a cone. It's called crème créponnée, and it is so good. Yeah. Jamie Carpenter, before YouTube changed it to our hand. Oh, really? I thought it was different recently. Maybe I'm imagining. But yeah, it was different. Wait, what am I doing? Okay. Let me calm down. And this isn't supposed to be pureed. This is just giving it a little shred, okay? See? See that? You have to still be able to recognize pieces of meat in it, or else it's not moruga. You guys, this is fine as long as I don't put water in it. Like earlier. Guys, I'm excited to eat this already, but I need my mint tea though. I really need it. Mish, now I have a song stuck in my head because of you, because when you said I called you by the wrong name, I was like, what did I say? I was like, hello darkness, my old friend. And now I can't get it out of my head because of you, but I love you. And yes, hello darkness, my old friend, for calling you the wrong name. I deserve it, okay? I didn't even notice. If you didn't say anything, I would have never noticed. This little thing is a beast. Let me tell you, it's so tiny. Yeah. Damn, YouTube changed my name. Oh, what am I smelling? Okay, it's nice and getting nice and gold. This is where things will start happening now. Y'all will see it. It happens all the time. Don't worry. It shouldn't happen all the time. I will make sure it never happens again on my watch with me. But you know what the problem is? Like in real life, let me tell you something. I am one of those people, like I won't remember somebody's name. I am the what's his face type of person. Oh my God. But I think it's more so cultural. Everybody in my family says it. Or like, give me that one over there. What is it called? That kind of personality. It's a lot. It's a lot. People always think that we're going to get early Alzheimer's. Oh, what happened here? It happens all the time. Don't you worry me. Darkness, like you're evil. No, I'm saying like, hello darkness, my old friend. Like I'm here in the darkness. What do you mean? What are you saying to me? Mel's, you're trying to cause problems, girl. I don't like it. What did I tell you the other day? You are a problem. Okay, perfect. Look at it. Delicious. All right, perfect. You remember? Me too. I remember faces. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I try really hard to repeat that when you meet somebody. They're like, hi, I am so-and-so. And I'm, no, I'll say, hi, I am this. And then when they say their name, I'm like, nice to meet you, so-and-so, because God knows, 2 seconds later, I have no idea who so-and-so is. All right. So that's a lot of so's. Our onion is right here. What we're going to do is we're going to start adding a little bit of our broth right into this, you guys. Let me show you the carrots. Okay, there's our carrots. Is it? Yeah. I don't think I've ever called somebody an old girl and an old boy. I'm like, well, wait, what's his face? What's that one? Who? I'm a problem. I blame my mother for that. We're slowly throwing this in here and making beautiful things happen. You guys, I just felt the carrots. The carrots are being cute. I need them to cook a little bit faster because this level of cute is not going to work for the Melaleuca. So I'm going to give them 5 minutes in here and I can talk to y'all. That reminds me, yeah, I need to go grab some raspberries. What's today? Is today Saturday? It is Saturday. Same. I saw a lady, she was someone I went to high school with. She was his mom. And it's been what? How old am I now? I don't know, it's been almost like 20 years. And I saw her and I was like, oh, you're so-and-so's mom. And she was like, okay. Do they? Addicted? They scare a lot of people. There was a minute there when you couldn't really tell people that you owned a pressure cooker for certain reasons. I was like, that's like all we use. And I live in Colorado. Hello, like we use pressure cookers a lot because of the altitude. Here's my soda. So my aunt, my mom's sister, so she lived in like a beach town, right, in Algeria. And we used to go over there during the summer, and we would stay for like 2 weeks at her house. Well, I guess one time, oh wait, hold on, I don't know if we were there at this time. Anyway, so she was cooking. No, my mom was there because she witnessed it happen. She was cooking and she was using her pressure cooker. So back in the day, like the pressure cookers, my mom actually just bought one, like the old school ones. They were like oval like this, and then they had like a bar that hooks like this, and then you have like a wheel that you turn it on the top, right? So that's how it looked. Like there, it was a little bit different. Anyway, so my aunt was cooking, and her thing was going. And I guess, so it has like these two mechanisms. It releases a little bit of air on this side so that way it doesn't explode. But it's pressurized. This is the only air that's being released from it right now. So I guess something was a little plugged up in there and she didn't know. I guess the thing exploded and it went through the ceiling. It went through the ceiling. These little parts used to be like very small. They used to be like tiny and like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a cylinder. It flew, just exploded. There was food everywhere. It went right through the ceiling. I think the lid got stuck in the ceiling. Oh, I love that. Knuckles, you sound like you were super fun. Now they have all kinds of rules about, like they know that I bake all the time and stuff, and every now and then like the front office will be like, oh, so when are you gonna bring us stuff? I'm like, do you want me to buy you something? Because I'm not dealing with whatever rules you have. Because like last time, because I have to make halal Rice Krispies, because we can't buy Rice Krispies at the store because they have pork in them, so I have to make my own. And I have to like make my own using whatever, we've done this. I think we've done this together. Anyway, so my son took some for snack, and then one of the kids at school was just like, hey, I want some of that. Like, what is that? Like, what's that? And so he asked me, Mom, is it okay if I take snackies for my friend? And I said, okay. And I told him, just make sure that you take for the whole table. You can't just give one person and not give the whole table. And he said, okay. And so he went to go give it to him, and the teacher was like, no, absolutely not. And I was just like, I get it, I understand, but, they've got like all these rules, like, it's like my kid's eating it, but I don't know if he's allergic to something or not. So he had to wait outside, and he gave it to him after school after his dad said it was okay. Yeah. It was like so much easier. You could just bring stuff in. Now it's like, I'm not mad at it. Like, I understand, I understand them being like, hey, you can't just bring in like random food from your house, because I'd be concerned. We've seen, come on, not close. We've seen the kitchens. We've seen what some people are working with. I get it. I'm not mad at it. It's just hard. Okay. We have smells. We're traumatized. We're confused. We're lost. Okay, let me get my little squishy thing. You know what? Maybe I'll just use this too. Yeah. Look at this little guy is being used for everything today. I've never used it for so many things. Watch, it never works again. You guys, okay, let me just move this out of the way. Knuckles, do you still have, I keep calling you Knuckles and it reminds me of Sonic. Knuckles Sandwich. Do you still have an old school pressure cooker, or did you get one of the new ones? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Sorry, I know you guys can hear it. My apologies. Yeah, okay. It's everywhere now. You can't bring food in that you make. So the carrots are ready. I'm going to bring them over. And you guys, what we're making here, like we usually make it like for holiday things and stuff. So my apologies if it takes a little bit, but there's a whole process to it, you know, especially since you got to make your own bread and everything. So I just wanted you guys to kind of get to see the whole thing, you know. Because these are dishes that I'm like super proud of. There's also a pasta dish that I need to show you guys where we make our own pasta. And it was actually voted to be one of the best pastas in the world. It was the Algerian rishta. I'll show you guys the statistics so you know I'm not just making it up. Okay, I'm gonna just use this here. There was a lady, D Squared, bless her. She is the one who gave me the idea to use a ricer for more than just potatoes. She told me to use it for my banana bread. Have been doing it ever since. And now these carrots. Yep. So they'll still have like a little bit bite to them, even though I'm crushing them like this. But you can just chop them. But it is supposed to be slightly spreadable. And it's on medium. So I'm just crushing them right in here. Oh, y'all can't see. My apologies. Depending on how things go, I think I will just, because if I need to make that raspberry loaf, I'll either make it tonight or in the morning, just to make sure that I get it. Tomorrow's Sunday. Ugh, I can't wait for summer break. I like having the kids at home together. Sometimes they'll drive me crazy, but I'd much rather having them at home. Oop. My hand is like, doesn't reach, okay. You can also just use a potato masher. Gen Xer, yeah. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know what's up. I don't know, that's the difference. It's like millennials, like we grew up with a lot of like the Gen X stuff. Like we can survive in the old school life, right? We can survive in all of that. We can survive with no internet. We can survive having to walk home. We can survive taking the bus. We can survive having a phone conversation. There was just a huge shift between the millennials and the Gen Z. Is that what they are? I can never keep track of anything like that. Okay. Oh, it's sprayed. See, these ones were the whole carrots. They're a little bit harder. Okay. Like, we know how to do all that. Like, we had to walk places. We had to, like, walk home alone at night. We had to do all of those things, you know? We were allowed to be gone all day with no phone and call the 1-800-COLLECT. C-O-L-L, yeah, E-C-T. And just scream, pick up! They just know it's you. They don't accept the charges. Like, we had the antennas with, you know, you have to bang on the side of the TV to catch reception. All of that. We were fine. Now when you tell a kid, like, oh, that's a house phone, son. He's like, what? Why does it have a cord? What's wrong with it? Okay, so let me move this out of the way, because we are going to slowly use this broth to add it in. Apologies about this little mess here. Once the filling is done, we are going to roll out the bread. I do workout videos. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Like hours gone. Nobody knows where the heck you are. You just know they said to come around to this time. Like crazy. Crossing like streets that you could never imagine your child even going anywhere near these days. Nobody like bothers you or tries to take you or anything. And like we were also like taught to like fight back, you know. Like, you fight back. You don't just, you know, like, not to show fear, basically. Okay, now we're just pouring this in. This is the filling, you guys. So this one, this desert sandwich type thing, right? This is called maghluga. It is a desert sandwich. This is good for winter also. It's also good. It has protein and carbs, and it has the carrots in it. This is enough to, you know, for people who work out in the desert as well. It keeps them sustained. It keeps them, you know, feeling good. And what was I going to say? Oh, in the winter time, you know, it gets very, very cold in the desert. These spices work really well for that. It's cloves and coriander and black pepper. And like I said, you serve it with hot tea, mint tea, usually. And the homemade bread. And I'll show you guys the size of it. It's not a small portion per serving. And also, you can use like, usually like lamb fat or whatever to rub on top, or use butter. Okay, so I'm going to let this do what it does right here. I'm going to keep this. This is a little bit of the broth that's left. I'm going to leave it here because I know I'm going to have to add a little bit to it. I'm going to let this simmer. I'm going to move these so then I can roll out the bread. And usually, like, these are made in clay ovens, like the bread, all of it. Oh, and like the Sahara, this part of, it's called Rodeo. It's like well known for having an oasis, for being the best preserved area for water sources. Like, and it is the best historically preserved area. If I remember, I'll post some pictures. If I forget, if you guys want to see what it looks like, I mean, I would love to share with you. That's where that's where I'm from. That's where my dad's from. So if you guys want to see how it looks, I can show you. The architecture is amazing. So it's a very like advanced area of the Sahara. Most of the Sahara is, to be honest. It's like the way that they figured how to preserve water, how to have an oasis, how to grow vegetables in a desert is incredibly amazing. It's something I'm very proud of, obviously. So like the Sahara, they do have similar food that we have in the city where my mom is from, in Algiers. But in Ghardaia, where my dad is from, they have like a couple of different things, obviously because the weather is different. And there are a couple of, just like a little bit of things that are like, because in the desert they live as tribes, right? So it's a little bit different with the spices and things like that. But they do have all of the same other stuff. They just end up using more like cloves in certain things, or they might skip cinnamon in certain things. Because like if you guys have noticed, like I use cinnamon in a lot of the cooking that I do. Some parts of Algeria, like where my dad's from, in those areas, they don't use cinnamon in some stuff. Oh, the shoes? Are you guys talking about that? They're clogs. You see? I don't think you can see it. And I'm not about to. It's a clog with a heel on it. It's like one of those, kind of like those 70s style clogs that don't have the back. I was gonna wear like, I had like some gladiator sandals that tie up, but I was just like, I need a little heel right now. Thank you. I have a lot of clogs. I keep wanting to do like a shoe, kind of like walk in my shoes day type of thing, where it's like maybe or walk in my shoes Wednesday, where I show a pair of shoes every Wednesday, because obviously I am obsessed with shoes. I always have been since I was a kid. So with this one, you're going to let this simmer right here, and then as it dries, you're going to add, not the candles, candies, not the candies. Yeah, I don't have candies clogs. I have some Danskos, and I have some, I don't know where they're from. They're called, I think it's a Switzerland. They're from Switzerland. I remember one time, like, I got like this ad and they were having a huge sale and they're made of wood on the bottom. They're not as comfortable as what I usually have, but they're very pretty. So I will wear them for a couple of things. I don't think I've ever had the Candies clogs. That doesn't sound. I remember the Candies brand being in Kohl's, but I don't remember them having clogs. What did they look like? Because I used to really like, so obviously I have like some of the 70s clogs that I like. Like I have like a bohemian style that I wear sometimes. Like I love like tan and things like, let me see. So there's tan and then any kind of cream colored ones. I like those with the wood on them. But then I love Born clogs. Those ones aren't for Born. I'll have to show you. The ones that I just mentioned, they're not Born. But I do like Born. I like Born, the ones with the heel, the Mary Janes that they have. I don't like all of their styles. But then, yeah, so then the other ones that I have that I usually get, like I used to get like the colorful ones for work, right? Like from Dansko. I had like the leopard print and then I had like some Picasso ones and some with stars on them. And then I have to have my regulars that are just like black, brown, red, stuff like that. Still waiting on the suspicious boots to arrive. You can't help what happened. What's the 80s style? The Candies clogs? I have seen the Candies brand. I don't think it's that old. Okay, anyways, what was I saying? So you're going to let this here simmer, and as it dries, each time you can just add a little bit more of your sauce to it, okay? Let me get the bread out. I got a little too excited over shoes and forgot what I was doing. Okay, so here's our dough. This is the dough that we made earlier, okay? So, see where we're at with this. Okay. I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to let these set right here. So I'm going to cut this into, how many pieces? So I'm going to cut this in half. Then one, two. And of course you can make these smaller. You don't have to make them huge, but they're usually served big. It's supposed to be like a big old meal. Okay, so I've got these rolled. Slingbacks, Candies, Ozzy, Google it, Ozzy when. I know what Candies is. Which ones? There are not very many old school shoes that I don't like. That's not derailing you. Knuckles, you have no idea my obsession with shoes. Like this is like my heart is racing kind of talk, okay? This is very exciting for me. And now I'm interested because I want to know what these shoes that you're talking about are that you think I wouldn't like. That's crazy. I like a lot of old school clothes. Style 70s and I love 70s shoes. Okay, you're going to have to see my shoes. You're going to have to see them at some point. Not right now, obviously. I'll have to show you guys. Okay, so we're going to put this right here. This is pissing me off so bad. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to roll these right here. You're going to want to roll these into like a little circle, into rounds. Not too flat. Try to get it as nice of a circle as possible, almost the size of like a personal pizza. Okay? That's one. That's not a pretty circle. I'm like over here hollering about making a nice circle and it's like sideways. Okay. Yeah, I think we need to do that. Because I need to, at some point before kids go on break, I need to go through the garage. Because I think I might have to build something in the garage for all my shoes. Because I did move some of them. But we might have to do that together. And then as I go through them, I can show you guys all the shoes. I have my cowboy boots inside, or cowgirl, whatever you want to call them. I love those boots. I have a lot of boots. Not going to lie, but heels and shoe videos on YouTube are what? Can you clarify, Sean? Because I saw something about that a while back, but yeah, I want to make sure I know what you're talking about, like, or what you mean. Shoe videos are popping. People are showing off their heels and shoes here. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, I saw something that said, okay, this is weird energy, right? I'm not sure about this energy, but obviously I saw that people liked to see like high heels and things on, like, women driving manual transmission with stiletto heels. I saw that was a thing. I obviously don't know if it's something, you know what I'm saying? Something weird. Because, I mean, I drive a manual transmission and I wear heels every day. But I was like, I mean, I can give you a tutorial on how to drive a manual transmission. Is that what that is? I love that, Knuckles. That's so cool. That is so cool. Is that what that is, Sean? Or Mel's? Or it was Sean who said that, right? Okay, yeah, I think that's what that was. But it's on YouTube. So I'm like, Like, I've been driving a stick shift since I started driving, so it's like I can teach people how to do it. But now they've changed the manual transition significantly. I went to a car show last time and I got into some of the cars and I'm like, what the heck? Like, where do I shift? Where's the clutch? And it was an auto start. I was like very confused by that. I'm not really about that life, honestly. It's not for me at all. Okay, so this is almost ready. All right, so now that this is cooking down, I'm going to add more pepper. Yeah, Knuckles is pretty cool. She's an Aquarius. Okay. I'm going to give this a quick taste. Let's see what we need to do with the spices. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock my teeth with that. I was like trying to grab it with my teeth so I don't burn my face, but then I realized it made a sound. I think we're good on the cloves. Everything else. I'm going to pour the rest of this in here. I'm going to I almost said potato paste. An automatic. It was automatic? That's weird. Yeah, February. Yeah, those are the real Aquarius. Okay. Use tomato paste if you want to. This is a little hot. No, she is. Mel, she is. I think, yeah, Knuckles and I talked for the very first time ever, like, a couple of years ago, if you remember, Mel. I may not know. You know what? I'm losing my mind. Knuckles. And I remember Knuckles had a picture of, I don't know if it was a picture of her or not, but the lady had rollers and she looked like a badass. And it gave pinup style, which is like, I love style like that. And then I heard Knuckles talking about how she likes to make carrot cake. And her sons come and eat. Is it one son or two sons? Yes, during now hour. Yep. I think you said you were making a carrot cake and your sons come. You said you like to bake for your sons. Do you have two sons, if I remember correctly? Like grown sons? Okay. This is good to go. Yes, this is fine. Is this fine? It should be fine. I'm just gonna put it back right in here so that I can close it, because I know that we're not gonna eat for a little bit, and I need to use this pan. I want to use this smaller pan. I don't want the big one, so that's why I'm using this again. The stove is mad at me right now, because look at this. Okay, I'm going to start heating this while I roll out the rest. Let me see. Now, like John, Derek, Knuckles. Yes, driving a stick shift is anti-theft device. Driving a stick shift is an anti-theft device. Okay. As in, like, they can't drive it? Like, is that what you mean? I was trained by a lady named Deborah back in '99. Women can do anything. You better believe it. If somebody tries to steal your car. Oh, okay. He was almost 10 pounds. That was enough. Oh, my goodness. That is crazy. 6'7". That is crazy. Blessings. Blessings. That's beautiful. You guys, I'm just waiting for this to heat. Yeah, my mom taught me how to drive a stick shift. And my dad told me, you need to know how to drive a stick shift. But he didn't have the patience to teach me. He started yelling. And I was like, I'm done. And then one day I just took my car over to the good old Dairy Queen, where I used to work. And my dad freaked out and started screaming. And so he said he was going to follow me there. So he did, because he was afraid that I was going to stall on the hill. And then one day, so after that, then I just took the car. I drove it to school. And it was kind of a disaster, because there was like a lot of dirt hills and stuff like that. I stalled like 3 times. Yeah, Dairy Queen is, that's what's up. I stalled like 3 times. And I was afraid to get it out of the parking lot in high school, because I was afraid that I was going to hit somebody else's car. And then there was this girl that I knew. She drove a Mustang. And I was like, hey, I was like, do you drive a stick shift? She's like, yeah. I was like, can you help me with my car? I'm afraid that I'm going to hit someone. And she said, okay. And then there was this other guy. He came down. He was coming over, and he's just like, oh, do you need help with your car? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, let me just give you 2 tips. He's like, don't take your foot off the clutch too quickly. Ride the clutch a little bit until you know that you got it. And then after that, you'll know when to remove your foot off the clutch. So he just gave me, like, she backed it out for me. He gave me those 2 tips, and I drove it home. My dad was, again, screaming. I was like, I'm here. Yeah. I know, I'm glad I did. And then I just never, and then I had a Mustang. My Mustang was, and then I traded in for my WRX now, just because I can't drive it in the snow here. Okay, so we're at medium. Okay, these babies about to go in. Okay, let's see, where are we at? Okay, so we're gonna take this, and this is going to be a different bread than what we made the other day. This is not naan, okay? You can also just use your fingers if you don't want to roll it out, but you'll have like a more even one. Let us pray that this one turns out okay. But yeah, and then I taught my brother how to drive stick shift, the hubs too. My husband did not drive stick shift when we met. I told him he needed to. What kind of Mustang? It was a V6. It was back in 2000 and what year was it? 2015, 2014, 2012. Like it had a completely different turning radius, like compared to the WRX. The WRX also feels heavier. Like the Mustang feels wider, and I didn't like the Mustangs that they had like in the 90s. Those were hideous. Like they completely changed the look of a Mustang. I really couldn't stand it. You drive an automatic, Knuckles? You know, I would have always assumed, just guessed that you would have been a manual girly pop. Okay, I have to tell you guys this, okay? So, in my mom's neighborhood, there was the coolest old lady ever, okay? She was a badass. And I don't know, I just loved getting a peek at her sometimes because she drove a 76 Mustang. It was light blue. And this woman, okay, she was probably in her 70s, okay? She would wear skinny jeans, but like high-rise skinny jeans, perfect figure. Her hair, she would do it kind of like a beehive type thing, like up high. She would wear glasses, and she would always have like a t-shirt tucked in, or it's like short, but it's like not showing anything. It's just, you know, perfect figure. And she would wear like they were heels. They're not stilettos. It was heeled, open toe, very old school. Okay. And she would drive this badass Mustang everywhere. And you see like these young bucks, right, coming up to her and be like, "Whoa, cool car," you know. And then she'll be like, "Yeah," she's like, "You know, I've had it my whole life or whatever." And she was just like super cool, super cool. And they're just like, "That's so awesome." And she'll just sit there, like she'll sit like this on her car while they're talking to her. Like she doesn't get like too close to them. They don't get too close to her. She was a badass, absolute badass. Yeah. And they had like a little peep toe, but it like fit her perfectly. The woman was so cool, and all her hair was white. Like it wasn't dyed. It was completely white, and she would just like put it up in like the coolest thing. Like this woman, you can tell she's always been a badass. She misses her young days. I think she's great right where she's at because it seems like people are more impressed by how she is right now. Like she's kicking ass. Yeah. She doesn't look like she gives two damns about anything. Like she does the damn thing. She's a badass. Like I'm very impressed. I love women like that. And she wasn't the one going up to these young bucks. They were coming up to her. Like trying to be like, "Oh my god, cool car." And they would talk cars. Like the woman was a badass. She wasn't trying to pick up any young bucks. She could care less. And then she'll be like, "See ya," you know, she'll just go, you know, like bye, and just leave. And they're just like, and they were respectful. I think it's because she was known, like people have seen her around town, and she was always appropriate, like never dressed weird or crazy. Like she was a badass. Period. Okay. You guys, I forgot to get a towel. I don't know, I love badass women. My mom is one of them. And I like tough women too, like, she was tough. Alright, let me get this little flippity flop. Okay. Did I put this somewhere? Okay. Yeah. I don't know, they just seem very, very impressed by just like seeing this. She looks like she took very good care of that car. Like really, really good care of it. I also like seeing the old trucks, the vintage like Ford trucks. Oh, those are so cool. How long has it been? An hour and 45 minutes? Okay, we're doing good time. So, sorry guys. Yeah, this is cooking. And I'll show you guys here in just 2 seconds what we have to do. Kind of, but she was a little bit cooler. I think Olivia Newton-John was a little bit softer. This woman had like some sass. Like, definite sass. It was a different one. A different kind of sass. I don't know, how do I explain it? She was very like confident and looked almost intimidating. And I love that. I love when a woman looks intimidating because you're like, let me try. Let's get into it. Let's get into a fight. I'm just kidding, not a fight. Yeah, she seems that way. She seems like she has been around a long time, like enough to, like she was very confident, but not cocky. Yeah, she's amazing. Yep, so this is our bread. So do you see how this one is thicker than the other one? It's got like a little bit of a, like an edge, right? So this one we'll be able to cut right through it. Hot, oh my God. Oh. And this one we don't butter it right now. You butter it before you serve it because you don't want it to get too soft. You want it to hold its shape so that you can fill it. And if you put the butter on it right now, you're not going to be able to do that because it'll be a little bit too soft, okay? Whoa, I pulled that one a little too tight. Okay, and then this one. And the problem is, you guys, whenever you're making bread and you handle the dough for too long, it does become a little bit more difficult to stretch because it starts to build gluten. Kind of like the same way with whenever you're making cookies and you do the cutouts, right? As you're cutting out, you should try to get as many pieces as possible from that first roll that you got there, because right when you put it right back together and then you go and try to you know, you need it and then you cut it again, you'll see that it becomes a little bit more stretchy, and then those cookies will be a little bit harder than the other cookies, and they'll shrink more when you cook them. Bake them is the word I'm looking for. So this one I do have to use a rolling pin for just a little bit. I just sounded like 50 cents with the just a little bit. Yes, this pisses me off. Knuckles, don't get me started. You already know. You already know. You know what? I bet you she looked like a Yves Saint Laurent person. Probably. That's what I would guess. Something classy for sure. I wouldn't say, not a Chanel 5, definitely not. She didn't have that darkness of Chanel 5. You know what I mean? Like how, definitely not white diamonds. She was more of a, like right now, what she would probably wear. I haven't seen her in a hot minute. It's been a while. I would say that she would probably wear Dolce Blue. She gave that vibe. And I mean, I might be getting that vibe also because she chose the baby blue Mustang. Or Poison. Yeah, see, Brad, the ones that you're mentioning, those are like super, like darker, like I don't wear blue, right? I wear Poison. And what was the other one? I don't remember. Not White Diamond, no. I wear like Alien, stuff like that. But I don't wear them during the summertime. I mostly wear them in the winter. Where's Dolce Light Blue? Okay, Cece, you said you're a Leo, right? If I remember correctly. And I think Knuckles, Aquarius with the light blue. What other ones do you like, Knuckles and Cece? What other ones do you like? She wears Tommy Girl? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that she was classier than that. Tommy Girl is very, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, Sean. And I don't know if maybe I just didn't clarify that the first time. This woman was not trying to be younger than she is. This woman was just a badass at her age. And the jeans that she was wearing were age appropriate. The shirt that she was wearing was age appropriate. The way that her hair was styled, her shoes, everything was age appropriate. So there was absolutely nothing inappropriate about her. She drove a badass car. She was confident. She was classy. She didn't gawk at people. People looked over in her direction. She wasn't inappropriate. Nothing. She was dressed like what I would see. I'd totally be comfortable with a grandma dressed like that. She looked good. And for me, as a woman, I love to see a woman dressed nicely, looking comfortable, even in casual wear. And women who drive fast cars, to me, that's a bonus too. I love to see it. Women who can fix cars, bonus. Because a lot of these women can like fix cars, bake up a cake, raise their kids. They have careers. Men never have to compete with them because a lot of men are confident enough not to. They're like, oh yeah, you're a badass. Like, that's how we grew up. So this woman was not trying to be young, nor was she trying to compete with the young ladies. Like, she's competition. And I'm sure that she was seen as competition because she's a badass and her energy attracts people, not because she was like promiscuous or something like that. She's just a badass with cool energy. All right. This one is rising a little bit more. Angel. Oh, I think I said alien. For some reason you said angel and I was thinking alien. Who makes Angel? Oh, Land. Okay, hold on. I'm missing the perfume submissions. Took my shoe off for a second. Almost fell over. I just ordered a light blue D&G flower. Oh, okay. I think I have Flower Bomb. I have to look. I don't know. It's Dolce & Gabbana. Is it the pink one? Is that the one we're talking about, Knuckles? Because if it's the pink one, I don't know what it is. I couldn't vibe with it. I feel like, I don't think it's too strong. I like the floral. There was a weird sweetness that I love, even though I love sweet perfume. There was like a weird sweetness, and it almost feels like it has grapefruit in it. Marc Jacobs Daisy. Ooh, okay. So yeah, I love the Marc Jacobs Daisy. I do have that one. Which one? Lancome? Okay, Lancome. Yeah, I don't have the Trésor, but I have La Vie est Belle. I love that one. Have you tried that one, Cece? Denim material 20 years ago. Oh, for sure. Scorpio, for sure. You can still get a little bit of that denim if you get yourself some Wranglers. Celtic. Oh. Eclectic taste. Okay. A diesel mechanic. Badass. Tell myself about watching a pregnant wife pop out of the bed. It's a thing. We don't complain about it. Alright. I don't know, man. I grew up around badass women. Like, to me, that's attractive. I love it. I love women who don't try to compete with other women, who just compete with themselves. That's my vibe. Like when I was doing the bodybuilding, I didn't give two damns about competing with men. I had no interest in competing with men. Men do their own thing, I do my own thing. I compete with myself. There's nothing in me that wants to compete with a man. Like, I like being a woman. I'm very proud of that. And I love to see other women do badass things. Wrangler factory is 35 miles from me. It was sold. Oh. Wait, hold on. Is it still there or was it sold? Yes, I have a small bottle of that one too. Okay. The La Vie est Belle, I'm assuming, right? Mother and Angel and Alien. What do you think of Alien, Knuckle? So are we going to have to do shoes and perfume? I do too, Cece. It's like a huge thing for me. It really is. I love it. Okay, we're almost done with this. When I do the last one, we have the last ingredient that goes on this and it'll be done. A winter scent, in my opinion. Yeah, I feel like it's a very, you know, it has like a soapy scent to it, but like vintage soap almost, but stronger. It, not in an offensive way. Like I love scented soap. But that's what I get. I get the vibe that it's kind of a soap smell. Yes. It's still Wrangler, but under new owners. Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, Wrangler has some good, like those, that old school thick jean. We're almost done, y'all. Sorry if this was like super long. This is like, I don't remember if I said it in the beginning or not, but this is not like a quick meal, but it's a fancy meal and it has several steps to it. I do too, Mel's. What's not to love, really? Okay. And I'm raising my boys to love and respect women that way too. Like, love it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Who makes that one? I can see the bottle. It's a square bottle. It has a like a silver spray. It's a rectangular bottle, right? It's amber colored. I'm thinking of the right one, right? Silver, and it's like encased. The spray thing is encased. Is that the one? Oh, okay, Calvin Klein. Okay. I think, yeah, it should be that one. For summer, I like Calvin Klein's Beautiful. Oh, this one got a little cooked too much. Yeah, I definitely need to bring out the summer scents. Oh, of course, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I really wanted you guys to see this. The food of my peoples. Okay. Yeah, I need to post you guys a picture because you need to see it. Yeah. I think even like the models and stuff, like there was a lot of Calvin Klein modeling things for pants and stuff like that. I do like Calvin Klein. Like, I like their aesthetic and stuff too. But they do have good perfume, nice and fresh. I also like the DK and some of the DKNY ones. And the Armani, oh God, what is it called? My Way. I love that one. That was my favorite. This one got a little sticky right here. So I barely put any on there. I just didn't want it to stick to the counter. Like, I rubbed it into the counter. But if yours is feeling a little bit sticky, just put a little semolina on there because you don't want it to be too buttery where it's going to end up getting fried, right? When you cook it, because it will just make a very hard crust if you do that. But I tried to kind of rub it into the counter a little bit. Gotta get ready for work in the morning. Yeah. Oh, okay. Good night, Mel's. What time is it? 5, 6, 7, 8. You work tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Sunday? Diabolical. Thank you for coming, honey. What? No. Delicious to look at. Excellent. Aspen was it for me. Aspen. I need to stop Fragrance Ninja. I love it. I love it. That's my vibe. I think we talked about it a couple of times before. Yeah, we did. You know this. You know. I think I got my first perfume when I was like, my mom gave me a box. How old was I? 6. It was an entire box of French perfume. You guys were just about done here. There's one left, and then one more thing to do, and I'll show you guys how to serve it up. Looks Baby Soft. Is that what is that? Loves Baby Soft. Is it a pink perfume? Was that what it was called? Or is that lotion? What is that? I feel like I've seen an ad for that. Do you see how it has a little bit of like a little bit of weight to it? It's supposed to. But you'll see when we cut into it, it's fully baked through. Oh my God, yes, I do know that one. The aftershave. Why wouldn't I know that one? Yes, I do. It's green. I can smell it right now. My dad used to wear it all the time. Pink dome lid. Okay, Knuckle. Yep, I know which one you're talking about. I don't think I've seen an ad for it though. I don't think I've ever had it. There is one that I liked, okay, and it was not. I'm afraid my perfume will outlive me. I have quite a bit. Cece, you're my kind of lady, okay? I have a lot too. That's the thing. I make it a point to use my perfume, okay? And I've been doing really well with that. So take out your summer scents that you want to wear and match it to your vibe every day that you wear. But the thing is, okay, I've always been like this. This isn't new. I take a shower every day. I wear perfume every single day. And I wear perfume depending on my vibe, what colors I'm wearing. I am never not wearing perfume. I don't even know how to exist without it, to be honest with you. Yeah, Sean, I remember it very well. Yeah, I do remember it. I don't know, for a while there, I didn't want to smell it because it made me sad. It's kind of weird when you have like a smell flashback, right? Okay, stop it. Stop it. Okay. So you know what I'm talking about. Like the white one with the exclamation mark. Okay, perfect. Okay. So you understand. Okay, so I liked that one because those, do you remember those were kind of like weird scents that they just like brought out of nowhere, and then they kind of took them away for a bit and then they brought them back. Mine, so my sister really liked the exclamation one, and mine was the Vanilla Fields. I loved it, and it was really strong. I think you can still get Clinique Happy addicted. They still sell it at Macy's. I had Clinique Happy too in high school. Yeah. Overall, with the idea of finding another one. Which one, Wayuma? I loved Vanilla Fields. Okay, and then there was another one that's been discontinued, you guys. It's my favorite. And I've been trying to recreate it this whole time. The only recreation that I found for it is something diabolical, okay? Do you guys remember the... I don't have a Macy's. Oh. Where do you live? Are you in Canada? The Cherry Vanilla. Do you guys remember Cherry Vanilla? It was part of this clan, right? It was the exclamation. There was Navy. There was exclamation. I just said exclamation. Navy, exclamation. What is the other one? Navy, exclamation. Vanilla Fields, Cherry Vanilla. Southern U.S. Oh, I think you guys have a, what is that one? The one that starts with a B. Not the same one. I've repurchased it. Wait, hold on. That is a 90s old school Vanilla Fields NES that drove me wild too. Which one? The vanilla, the Cherry Vanilla or the Vanilla Fields? Hot. Okay, we're good here. We're done with the bread. Okay, let me show you guys. Now, the next part. Wayuma, which perfume is it? Oh, you can't think of the name of it, but it's nothing special. It's the same one I've used since forever. Oh, I would like to know. Vanilla Fields, yeah. So I loved Vanilla Fields. That was my jam. And then the cherry vanilla. The cherry vanilla has been discontinued for a minute. Now, if y'all see, like they've brought back all the cherries, and there's a lot of cherry vanillas. And Tom Ford makes one. It's $560. Even like the Juicy Couture. Oh my God. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Okay, the Ed Hardy one, I use it as a body spray. I also like their lotion, and I do like Juicy Couture as well. Flo, do you know what I'm talking about? The cherry vanilla. Tommy Girl is still one of my faves. Is it really? I think I had like a small one of a Tommy. That wasn't like a brand that I went to very often. My mother. Windsong. Oh, okay. You said Windsong. I saw it in my head. It's a very colorful bottle. I think there's a bird on the front. Kind of oval. I remember it. May she rest in peace. Obsession. I don't think I ever bought Obsession, but I have smelled it. Time ago it was very popular. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me get some butter. Now we just have to scramble some eggs, and they have to be very, very soft, delicious. They can't get brown. They can't get overcooked. They can't get crispy. It has to be very, very specific. I don't think I ever had the Tommy Girl one, but I feel like that was probably popular when I was in middle school. That because Tommy Girl stuff was very, very popular. I was never really into it. I liked mostly like the overalls, the Tommy Girl ones. And then she really liked the Britney Spears ones. Which one? The Britney Spears one? The only one that I like is the Midnight one. The Britney Spears. It's purple blue, and it has like the rhinestones on it. I found one, and I purchased it because I loved it so much. I also like the Paris Hilton one. So I'm just going to make a few eggs right now because the Hubs is not going to be here for a minute to eat, and I don't want them to get cold. It was in my high school for the girls. Okay. And then really like the Britney Spears one. Yeah. And then there was another one. And then, of course, like they had all of those smells from Bath & Body Works. It smelled like cotton candy. I have a cotton candy spray, too. And then you guys remember like all of the other ones, like the cucumber melon. There was this like raspberry, like sugar raspberry smell that we had that was very popular. All of the strawberry lip smacker stuff. Did it really? That's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna move this because it's super hot and I don't want my butter to get brown because like I said, you don't want the eggs to change in color. And I'll show you guys exactly how it's served. I'm just gonna leave that there because I'm gonna use it again. Okay, so I'm going to do, so it's usually about, depending on the size of it, if it's like the size of a plate and somebody, you know, eats a lot or whatever, you can do like 3 or 4 eggs. You can also do 2 eggs and not, you know, and just have a small one, obviously. And you don't put any black pepper on it. You don't put any seasoning. You just add just a little bit of salt to the eggs. Okay? That's all you add to it. The eggs are supposed to have their own very unique flavor. What is that? Did I get a shell in here? No, that's not a shell. Just a little bit of this. That's it. Because they have to have their own very specific buttery kind of eggy flavor. What did I just get on here? Did I burn something? Okay, no. We're good. What is that? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, did I get it here? I didn't know. Can you put it here? Are you ready for your food? Because I'm using the eggs. Yeah, I'm just about done. Okay, so then I'll leave you these eggs. Okay, so it's perfectly ready. You just got here so you can eat it. It'll be perfect. So you want to cook this on medium because you just want them to get cooked like this. Honestly, some of the pieces got a little bit brown. They're not supposed to. It's supposed to be very... The mistake I made was that this was already very hot when I put the butter in it. Mos big. when I put the butter in it. So the butter started browning, but it's okay. Nothing burned. Everything is good. It's good to go. Okay. So that's all there is to it. I have this off. The filling is ready. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to fill it. Like I said. Okay. Hold on. Just going to move this out of the way. I feel like I'm like running around like a bee. My mom calls me a, what she call me? A wasp or a bee sometimes, because I'll just like start just doing things all like in one spot. Are kids picky, Ozzy? They like traditional. They do like the little one likes a lot of the traditional recipes. And he likes rice and stuff. My oldest is very, very picky. But like I'm telling you, Addicted, he wasn't like that before. He got like a stomach virus when he was a baby. He started throwing up and his appetite completely changed. He became very, very sensitive to certain textures. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. You take a piece of bread. Which one do I want? That's a decent amount of egg in that one. So which one do I want? I'll do this one. Okay, so we take our bread. I want to show this up right now. Serrated knife. I want this to. What charger? Oh, it's right there in the box in the room. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you take a knife. Do you see it? Because I took it off the wall. So you just cut it all the way around, but make sure that one side is still attached. You don't want to cut it like a burger. Oh, I cut through this one. Excuse me. I want you guys to see it right. So when you make the ball of dough, right? If you take the ball of dough and stick a little bit of like fat in the middle and then roll it out, you'll get like a flakier one, but I don't always like to do that. Because obviously it's more calories. So here's our bread. Looks just like this. Okay. You're going to take your filling. So this is the meat, carrot, cloves, coriander, onion, and a little bit of harissa, just a little bit. Or you can also use tomato paste. Okay, so you spread this part in, and then just use this. Take your eggies, put those right here, and like I said, this gets served with a gunpowder tea and mint, spearmint. Okay, and then once it's filled up, close the top, make sure that it's all the way filled in the back, because give it a little tuck there. All right, and then you take some butter. Where did I put it? You take a little bit of butter, and you just rub it on top. Remember how I told you we don't put the butter on immediately when it's hot, so then it doesn't fall apart and get too soft, okay? So that's what we have. So there it is. This is what it looks like on the inside. This is the desert sandwich. This is a Sahara sandwich, you guys. So you have to make it, the whole thing, and it's delicious. It's a favorite. I hope you guys give it a try, because I'm telling you, like, you're not gonna find this in stores. This is a very tribal type recipe. So if you make it, or if you eat it here, that's the only time you're gonna have it. So, yeah. All right. So thank you guys so much for hanging with me. I really, really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed sharing something from my culture with y'all. I don't, I'll have to look into that and see what it has in it. Thank you so much. Yeah, and yeah, this is Sahara food. I'm glad you guys got to experience this with me. This is, yeah, very tribal, like I said. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the convos. I really, really enjoyed talking to you guys. Of course, of course, of course. You guys have a good one.